Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. I am gone. I am headed home. Let's go. Let's go. What are you waiting for? Let's go. People don't know how to drive. Come on, let's go. There we go. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. Yes, the mailman's in the house. I gotta ask this is an Eagle-centric video. Eagle, I have a bone to pick. A bone. Just talking to, on my lunch. Yes, I did get a lunch. Did not have a chance. It was a short lunch. But I heard that the Eagles are going to be forced. They're one of the few teams that are going to be forced to be on Hard Knocks. And I was talking to a couple people doing my rounds, and one guy in particular was bitching and moaning about he does not want the smoke for being on Hard Knocks. He thinks that there's a stigma. He thinks that there's a jinx. Are you afraid of being on Hard Knocks, Eagle fans? You got stones and you're not afraid of anybody, or you don't got stones. I mean, what are we talking about here? It took you 50-some years to win a Super Bowl, and now you're on a heater, right? You got a squad that's being managed good. Take advantage. Enjoy Hard Knocks. Right? Are you going to use that as an excuse as why you don't get back to a Super Bowl? You know, the custodian where I work is like, no, we want no part of Hard Knocks. We want no part of it. And I just think that's a soft way to think. Maybe, just maybe, you can be the first team to be on Hard Knocks and to win a Super Bowl, because I don't believe anybody has ever been on Hard Knocks and won. Put in the comments if I'm wrong. But I don't believe anybody that has been on Hard Knocks has ever won a Super Bowl. I know that there was for a while there, you couldn't make the playoffs, but I think that's long gone. But I was very, very surprised that multiple people I talked to, Eagle fans, want no part of Hard Knocks. That's disappointing to me. That means you're really not that confident. You don't want the smoke. You don't want... Listen, you're going to get a lot of smoke anyway because you're the defending champions. You got a bullseye on your chest now. You got a bullseye. They're going to, all these teams are going to take an extra step and lay into you this year. That's just how it works when you win a Super Bowl. You know it. When you did it, when you won it a few years ago, and then that next year was a struggle. Even though we didn't think it would be a struggle, it was a struggle. So, I don't know. Disappointed. But anyway, let me know, Eagle fans. Lou Branch, are you afraid of Hard Knocks? Eagles Drew, are you afraid of Hard Knocks? Rob A. I know you want no part of Hard Knocks, but you ain't afraid of it, are you? Come on, man. This is the deal. And you know what he said? It was funny. My guy John said, the custodian, he goes, I ain't gonna lie to you. Winning the second one felt different. It wasn't as fun as the first one. That's a true statement. I don't remember the first two Super Bowls Dallas has won. I don't. I always say this. I'm going to put up the windows. I always say this. I remember the two losses against the Steelers in the Super Bowl. I remember those as my first real experience as being a Dallas Cowboy fan. Going to a Super Bowl. I was literally 5 years old for the first one, and I believe I was 7 years old. I remember losing, throwing my little troll doll up in the tree, me and my brother, because we were so upset that Dallas lost in the Super Bowl. Wasn't happy. Even at 5 years old, I wasn't happy just getting to a Super Bowl. I mean, I don't understand that logic either, but I digress. When we won it in 92, it was unbelievable. That was my first experience. And then 93, we knew we were going to win in 93. We knew we were going to win in 93. Why? Because nobody could stop us. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't like we rolled, throughout the year, but we were just better. We knew with our offensive line and our defense that when we got down to needing the first down, we were going to get to the first down. We were going to get that first down. And I think that's kind of, when I watch the Eagles right now, that's kind of where I see their offense. They basically can do what they want, at least last year anyway. I would have a lot of confidence. Just very surprised that we're talking jinxes and, not wanting to, the NFL's out to get us. No, you know what that's called? That's called you won it and then you went back and won it again. Could you imagine some Cowboy fans that remember all 5 Super Bowl wins? I know it's a long time, but time flies. I'm sure most people watching this video that are near my age and early 50s are like, wow, where did time go? Time flies by quick, people. We were talking about the Detroit Lions, and I said, Detroit Lions would love. They are one of 12 teams to never have won a Super Bowl. And the Lions would love to win a Super Bowl. Could you imagine how upset they were last year when they did not get to the Super Bowl and win it? I was in Detroit for the draft. They thought for sure that they were getting to the Super Bowl. And then the injury bug hit. So, again, enjoy the ride, Eagle fans. Enjoy Hard Knocks. Do not shy away from the smoke, because the smoke disappears, and it's a lot better being hunted. It's okay to be hunted. Nothing wrong with being hunted. Yeah, they would say it's better to be a hunter than be hunted. Not in the NFL, in my opinion. That means you've got skins on the wall, and now you've got 2 skins on the wall, and people are trying to come after the birds. Embrace it. So I don't know. I just don't really understand that mentality. It's like the Sports Illustrated jinx. I think the Eagles were on the cover of Sports Illustrated before the Super Bowl. Now, both teams probably were. But, again, in my opinion, the only way to get over that shit is just to beat it. Stop worrying about jinxes. Damn, it's hot. It's hot in these rhinos. I got a quick, a little something. Dallas, as we know, they traded for Joe Milton. Dallas traded for Joe Milton and the third, and there was a bunch of teams that were in on Milton. Supposedly, they had a bunch of offers on the table, and Dallas's offer, which I kind of figured because it's not a lot. Dallas gave up a comp. I think it was 217 in the 5th round, a comp 5, and they got New England's actual first pick in the 7th round. Think about that. They gave up their comp 5. They didn't give up 249. 149. They gave up 171. I thought they gave up 149. They gave up 171, and they got Joe Milton and the first pick of the 7th round. That's pretty damn good. 46 picks later. But supposedly, Dallas Cowboys did not have the highest offer. Oh my God, Drew. This one goes out to Eagles, Drew. Joe Milton said he wants to play for the Cowboys. I thought nobody wanted to play for the Cowboys, Drew. But maybe they thought hamstring off the bone. Now, what he said was his whole family is Dallas Cowboy fans. Now, me and you both know, Drew, that he chose Dallas. I'm sure that had something to do with it. But also, you got hamstring off the bone. that could be out at a moment's notice, right? And it's a good opportunity for Joe Milton the third. But yeah, he wants to play for Dallas. Everybody wants to shit on Dallas. Nobody wants to play. They all want to play for Dallas. New England actually did an awesome thing. They actually took less money in a deal to accommodate a young player who they like. That other teams offered more, probably a higher fifth, in my opinion. They're not gonna. Let's not kid ourselves. If a team offers a 4, they're not gonna take care of Joe Milton. They're gonna take the 4. So kudos to the Patriots. Very cool. And kudos to Joe Milton's family because he wants him to play for the Cowboys. Now, I'm rooting for the kid. I really am. I am absolutely rooting for the kid. But yeah, Drew, they want to play for the Cowboys, even though you don't think so. They definitely do. So I thought that was cool. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try and do a live stream tonight. I am gonna try and do a live stream. We'll see. What's today? Friday. I'll try and do it before Marks. If I do one, it'll be before Marks. 4:45 comes early. But yeah, I see one final note. I see where Jackson Dart is having an official meeting with Pittsburgh. I kind of knew that. Yeah, I had mocked. I think I originally mocked. I've done a few, so I lose track. But Jackson Dart, I think Pittsburgh is circling in on a quarterback in the first round. So is it going to be Jackson Dart? Or is it going to be the Ohio State quarterback? Put it in the comments. Jackson Dart, I think, is everybody's number 3 rated quarterback. I could see it happening. But I also, see that the Ohio State, the quarterback, Will Howard, could be a Steeler. So, I mean, I heard Will Howard killed it at his pro day. I'm really thinking right now that Pittsburgh is debating Jackson Dart or Will Howard. Any Steeler fans watching this? Let me know. Who would you rather have? Jackson Dart scares me a little bit. I think Will Howard, if I'm picking, I try and get Will Howard in a second. If I'm picking, I try and get him in a second. But if you really want a quarterback, the Steelers can't afford to wait. That's the thing. Steelers cannot afford to wait. So, anyway, stay tuned for later. I'm going to try and do a live stream. All right, I'm going to try and do one. So I'll talk to everybody later. Game time, Brian. Now, Eagle fans, please let me know. Are you really afraid of Hard Knocks? Come on, man. Come on. Don't. Please say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Go fucking Birds!